I will start off with Chennai Super Kings. Top 4 candidate, and I think a definite top 2 in my opinion, for two reasons. Number one, the spin bowling attack that they have picked for Chepauk. It is an indication that yes, you're going back to the old template which served Chennai Super Kings very well. On top of that, I think you have also covered up for if you go outside of Chepauk. So, for example, I'm just giving a situation. If Ashwin does well in Chepauk, he's only a Chepauk only spinner.
Yeah.
A Noor Ahmed can be done for outside of Chepauk. Say, for example, Mullapur, in Arun Jaitley Stadium, in Savai Mansingh, Mumbai, Bengaluru, all those places, he can be a very good pick for the spinning option. Second, now their batting looks sorted with the arrival of Devon Conway. Last season, what hurt them was the lack of starts at the top. So Rituraj had to move to number 3, but Rachin wasn't firing. And that is why when I look at it, Devon Conway and Rituraj shoring up the top order, massive boost. Whenever Conway's done well, CSK have done well. So that is why the opening combination, batting also, your middle order is sorted with Shivam Dubey in there. Sam Curran is also come in. He can be the floater. If you want to push him at number 5, number 6, he can come up there as well. Plus, there is a certain thing when one or two players come to the CSK side, they do well. For example, Rahul Tripathi, under MS Dhoni's captaincy and also under Steve Smith's captaincy in the rising Pune Supergiant, he did very well. And you got the finisher in Ravindra Jadeja, in MS Dhoni and all of them. Shivam Dubey will be the ultimate pivot upon whom the middle order is going to rely upon. So the batting and the bowling is sorted out for steady top order, and which is why I think Chennai Super Kings will want to bounce back from what happened last year. So they are going to finish in the second position. Why I feel not in the top is because you look at outside of Chennai, they may face some problems. They look to reclaim Fortress Chepauk back. So that's why I think for me, CSK will be in the second position.
Okay, so he's got CSK as the first. It's not his first team, but one of the top teams that he's got in his top 4. Do you have them in your top 4?
I don't have CSK in my top 4.
What are the reasons that you?
I have a couple of reasons. One, I think there is an Ashwin Noor problem. I don't see Ashwin, Noor, Jadeja, all three playing in the same team. Now, given the kind of money that they spent on all three, one, of course, is the retention. The other, they've bought for a cumulative sum of about 19 crore. And a little over that, I believe.
Both of them, yeah.
Yeah.
So that 19.70.
Yeah, whatever. So, yes. So, 19 odd crores. And if you're not playing one of your 9 to 10 crore purchase, I don't quite get the logic, and I think this will be something that they will struggle with. Maybe they do a home and away thing. Ashwin plays home, Noor plays away, but then inconsistency will then creep in, and again, the management could be found guilty of not giving a consistent run to either. Noor can be attacked as well. Let's not forget, if he's not in rhythm, we saw that last year. Now, I see a lot of second and third choice players as well in the team. Look at the likes of Khalil, Tripathi, Vijay Shankar. These are players who will make the 11, but they are nowhere on the fringes of Indian cricket right now. Probably a Khalil is, but that too is maybe stretching a bit because Harshit Rana and all of these folks have gone ahead of a Khalil also as we speak. You don't know Rahul Tripathi, you don't know Vijay Shankar again.
I have one question. I have one question. Why is it that we Indian players, we look at whether they're fringes or not so great? There are a lot of other overseas players that are not even playing international. And Narain and all really come to my mind. A Bolt is one of them. They don't come to my mind. But when we will be judging them, we judge them, differently because of what they are. Because a lot of them don't play regularly. So this is one thing that I've seen with the IPL. For example, I used to keep thinking that MS Dhoni not playing international cricket will have that day, but they turn up at international level. Dubey has come into the team now. This time that he wasn't playing, but he would come into the IPL and really blast. So I used to have this, that players who are not in international cricket will have this day, but IPL completely different beast. Some of them come and really explode.
But only some out of, let's say if there's about 100 Indian players playing in it, you'll only have 2, 3, 4 who will then really make a name out of themselves or for themselves from the IPL. So there will be those performers this year as well. But when I look at the bowling as well, Yes, there is a Patirana and he gives me certain surety. But again, Khalil, yes, he was good last year. But again, which Khalil turns up, you don't know. Ellis as well, from that hard surface in Mullapur to adjusting to the slowest nature in Chepauk. I don't know how that adjustment also is. Then there's Sam Curran as well. Again, stocks really dipped for him this year, as we saw. He's not at the peak of his powers anymore. I see a lot of uncertainty
Okay.
around CSK at the moment, so they don't feature in my top four.
So they feature in my top four. They are not my top two teams. So how I have divided my top four, I have two teams that are finalists for me, two teams who make the playoff. CSK is that one team that makes the playoff. So they are, you could interchange it third, fourth, whatever. I've put them there. And the one parameter where they've scored very high for me is their spin department.
Yes.
I think that and because this has been their formula, I think in Chepauk you're going to get those spin friendly tracks. They're going to dominate in their venue, then travel to certain places like Ekana and so on and so forth, where they will again be helped by spinning track. The rest of the areas that they'll see. The other thing that I've given them a lot of points for is the captaincy. Even though it's not Ruturaj Gaikwad who gets those points, it's because of MS Dhoni's presence, and I think he will, be helping him. Though I was also impressed with Ruturaj. He was not a bad captain at all, and he was his own man. We saw that. But I think these are the two areas that I've given them, and one other area I've given them a lot of points for in my different parameters is the backup, because I look at the backup. So they've got like backup in fast bowlers as well. You've got a Nathan Ellis there that you might have. You've got Overton, who's an all-rounder. They've got Anshul Kamboj. We spoke a lot about him. Sits there as a backup. Ashwin may still be a backup. Imagine having Ashwin as a backup there if he's not playing. So I looked at it, and then you may even have somebody like a Huda who's a backup, who's not a bad backup to have.
Plus there is also
Tripathi
Shreyas Gopal.
Shreyas Gopal. So I think the backup is also sorted. So in case something is not working out, they have enough to fall back on. So they've made my top four, but they're not the two best team that I see in the IPL. But yes, top four nonetheless.